Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood. You are watching and listening to The Political Vigilante. I have to address this interview that Joy Reid did on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. So it's about a 10-minute interview, and I'll put the link to it below if you haven't seen it. It's fascinating to me. So she comes out and makes some very, very, very good points. She's obviously a very smart person, and, you know, she's been working in the corporate media for quite a while and makes some valid points. I'll give her, I'm not going to just, everything she says is stupid. I'm not going to say that. She makes some very valid points, but there's this glaring omission, of course, in what she says when she makes points like, how do we get rid of Trump? Well, you know, Trevor Noah asked, can he be impeached? She's like, when you have a Republican Congress and Senate, you can't impeach him. They're going to just ride. They're going to just stay with Trump. Which, yeah, on the surface that's true. I always wonder though if he starts really threatening the deep state money or threatening their power, they're going to get rid of him. But that on paper, that's a valid point. But she has been so publicly against progressives. She goes against progressives wherever she can, right? And she likes to, any criticism of Obama or Kamala Harris she always just, you know, accuses the person of being racist. There's a lot of racism in this country, not denying that at all, but it's like she talks about all this racism, but then I never heard her once say how bad it was or racist that Nina Turner wasn't allowed to speak at the Democratic Convention in 2016. So it's funny to me to just listen to a corporate Democrat journalist talk. And the whole thread through all of it is just we have to get Trump out of there. Now, she brings up valid points about the Democratic Party has no clear message. They have no thing. And their problem is they're trying to go to the white working class. And she just makes this broad assumption that the entire white working class is racist. She doesn't flat out say it, but that's sort of her insinuation, as I heard it. That I'm just like, it's amazing to me. And she says stuff like the Democratic Party needs to, boil their message down into one or two sentences or two words or something like that, which is, again, a very valid point. But it just goes, it's still this she's like, we need to register more voters. There's a lot of Democrats out there and people should just, join the Democratic Party. But that's that tone of anyone that's on the left, anyone that says they're not a Republican, that's our vote, we get that vote. And she just misses the whole point of progressives. The two, I've said this numerous times, there were so many counties that voted for Obama twice that didn't vote for Hillary Clinton because Obama let them down. Obama didn't really fix the economy, kind of did, but he didn't address working class people. He didn't address working class anyone, black, Latino, anybody that's working class. He didn't help them out. And again, it's just there's no talking about how Obama took us from 2 wars to 7. Obama created 5.2 million foreclosures. That hurts a lot of people. That's going to lose you a lot of votes, right? And she makes fun of the Democratic Party, and rightfully so. We have a better deal, and it's like she's making fun of their platitudes, which is valid because that's all the DNC is platitudes. But this shows you the whole sort of corporate cycle. Trevor Noah, which, has done some good stuff, but he works for a megacorp. These are two people that are millionaires that work for giant media corporations. So they're not going to come out and say what Nina Turner said, which is most people don't care about Russia. They care about drinkable water. They care about their jobs. That's what Nina Turner said. And Joy Reid, oddly enough, slammed her. Didn't get behind her. That's weird, So it's there was the woman in California whose name Ellis, Kimberly Ellis, I believe, Kim Ellis. Forgive me if I'm getting her name wrong. Who was a progressive, and black women gave that interview about black women in the Democratic Party, called her lunch and were like, you can't say this, you can't, and Joy Reid and to some extent Trevor Noah are part of this. We can't have any real progressive talk. And she even goes after, you can't just say, oh, we're going to give college for everybody and think that the white working class Republicans are going to come on your side. Really? How do you know that? Do you know what that's like? Have you been working class? 7-figure TV host? Like, I don't agree with that at all. In fact, if the Democratic Party said we're going to help all working class people of all ethnicities, instead of just saying we're the black and Latino and gay party and then the Republicans are the white nationalist party, like that's ridiculous. And so they just keep missing the progressive thing, and it's not an accident. They are deliberately avoiding the progressive thing because the progressive thing goes against the 6 multinational conglomerates that control 95% of all media, of which these two folks work for, right? And this is just the left side of the corporate coin. Fox News is just their people just are the right side. It's as professional wrestling, and these are just characters that have been created by the deep state to get us to play into this nonsense. At no point are they talking about how the 1% is screwing over the whole country, because they're part of it. They're part of it. There's no talk in this 10-minute interview about drinkable water. There's no talk about forgiving student loan debt. There's no talk about single-payer health care. There's no talk of any of that. And that's how the Democratic Party could win, if they actually did this. As Hedges has said, as Noam Chomsky has said, as Ralph Nader has said, if you went with actual populist progressive policies, the Democrats would win election after election after election. Like how FDR got elected 3 times in a row and they had to set a new rule for term limits. So it's, there's some fun slams about Trump and stuff like that. But that's the whole thing. Yeah, we got it. Trump's an idiot. I got it. He's not, she makes a good point. He's 71 years old. He's not changing. Yeah, he's not changing. No one in the Republicans aren't, they're going to put some tweet out, Mr. Trump, you better. No one gives a shit. Come up with the real plan. Trump is who he is. The Republicans who they are. That's who they are. If you came up with real progressive plans that helped all working class people, helped the 99%, then you would win every single election. But then Joy Reid and Trevor Noah and Rachel Maddow and Chris Matthews and everybody else, Jake Tapper, Brian Williams, they're not going to bite the hand that's giving them a 7-figure paycheck. It's silly, it's ridiculous, but it's more evidence. And this I have to vote Democrat because the Republicans are evil. Sorry, I won't do that.